Hello, guys. Welcome back to Ball and Beyond Talks. We are in our another episode of Ball and Beyond Talk. Hope you have enjoyed previous talk. If you have not watched it yet, go back and see it and leave us some feedbacks. So, starting with big games coming up, we will be talking about preseason games and moving on to transfer stories and injuries updates, what's going on. We'll talk a little bit about Olympic game. We also have Community Shield and Super Cup coming up. Really excited, super excited. So let's get into talking further. So I have here Bipul with me, Gobindra, and then Ujit today in our talk. Ujit is big time Manchester United fan, and we have Bipul who is a long term Real Madrid fan, die hard one, and Kavindra, Barcelona fan. Uh, he has been Messi fan.
Yeah, I know it was not the way that we wanted. So the game between Real Madrid and Barcelona happened with a little bit of unknown stats, right, to the starting lineups. I was hoping to see at least Rodrigo as a starting lineup, but I didn't see him because it kind of makes sense. He was not with the team for the more than 2, 3 training seasons, and they started a different lineup, young talents in the pitch. And Vini in the second half was something interesting. And I even saw that joggle of Cristiano Ronaldo doing in like quick 5 to 6 seconds. I saw something like that. It was kind of interesting to see something like that from Vini. He has that skills. But looking at the gameplay and all, I think Barca played really well that game. I cannot deny that. And my young guy Nico Paj, he was in the score sheet maybe at the end of the game, 82 or 83rd minute, but got a good score. And I think the new talent from Barcelona, Paul Victor, right? So he got 2 scoring goals and that assists, 2 of them, right? It was fantastic for a young folk like that playing in a friendly game against Real Madrid, who were the champions and La Liga champions and Europe champions. So it's kind of interesting to see those kind of young folks coming forward and scoring for the team, even whether it is a friendly game or it is a domestic game or Champions League game. So looking at the stats, I think and all the tactics and all those player stats and the performance of the team, I think Barcelona played really better that friendly game. And that's what I have been saying on all the preseason games. Barca has been really better than Madrid, but we know how it goes when the Champions League comes up, when the home domestic league comes up. So it's a lot going on. So we will have more games coming on. So it will be we are waiting for that games so that we can enjoy the games of Real Madrid Barcelona in the next season.
Yeah, so I mean, going further a little bit more with that game, right? So, what do you think about the defense? I think the attack looks pretty solid with Vinny and Mbappe coming on and Rodrigo still
Right.
there.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the starting lineup in the defense, we have Militao. Militao, I know he just came back from Copa, but he didn't have much play time in the Real Madrid squad because of the injury. He just got back, to be honest, right? So I think Carlo has big plans for him, and we have Alaba still in injury, so I'm not sure he might join us at least next 6 to 8 months. He's still out. So we have Rudiger. He's our guy, so he's always there for the team. And I think there is some gaps I'm seeing, and even the right back Carvalho was not there, right? There was Lucas Vasquez who was playing for us, and we have that legend Carvalho still in bench, and I think he joined just first training session back to Madrid today. And I think once we have Mendy, Carvalho, and Rudiger and Eder Militao with that chemistry, I think we'll for sure have good, strong defense along with Chouamani and Kamavinga with us. Right, Valverde was not there, so yeah, I mean, a lot of players were missed, and I think there's a lot of work to be done in the back line from Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lucas Vasquez he done really good job, but still, I think he's not yet ready for it. It looked kind of like that, but overall, I think it was really good. Okay,
Yeah, if you
and then
compare with Carval, yeah, he still has some gaps there. But I think it's more about the play times and how much of time he gets in the pitch and also in the training, right? So
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. And talking about the Barcelona side, Kobindra, Lewandowski, he looks like he's back with a strong foot, and then a couple of other players that did really good. The overall play looks really good. What do you have to say? In terms of overall pre.
Yeah, talking about the preseason games for Barcelona, we was 3 games. So with City, they drew it. It was a pretty good game as well. In that game as well, we had that 22-year-old guy, Paul Victor. He was really playing good on that game as well. When they were planning to, face against the Real Madrid, we saw that, the hunger in the Barcelona young team as well. Maybe it might be the, impact of Hansi Flick as well. They were just passing the balls for the purpose, and that's why they were able to score the goals. Overall performance in the preseason, Barcelona did good, although they drew with AC Milan, but there was a good fight back from Lewandowski. He scored 2 goals. So talking about the El Clasico, really happy that we are having, we are able to beat the Real Madrid players. But definitely, it's a lot to work in the season games. It's really tough in the season games. So talking about the El Clasico, we are happy. I think Hansi Flick has done his job till now. We want him to, continue this and bring us the wins for Barcelona. And Pau Victor, yeah, definitely he's a player to watch now. He has really played good in all the games. So yeah, overall, as a Barcelona fan, enjoy the preseason. Hopefully, we can enjoy the seasons as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Hansi Flick looks really strong. He got Thiago with him now, right? And one thing I noticed was Rafinha. He was playing on the left side, so
Hmm.
you know, I think he was trying to switch the position of Rafinha, where he usually play from right side and with his left strong foot, but this time he was trying with the Rafinha on the left side, and he looks strong, but he did not do really good on that side. But still, he's trying there. So, do you think he's gonna be playing from that side in the coming?
Yes, definitely. If we had Nico, that place would be fulfilled by Nico, right? So definitely, maybe Hans Flick is looking for a good replacement in that place. And as we have seen earlier as well, Rafinha has played good when he's playing either in the right wing or the left wing. So maybe it's just a preseason game. He's just trying to improve himself in that position. But definitely, he will do better. Hans Flick is. Trying to use some tricks and put him in the different position. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, he will get used to it, and he might switch the positions in the games. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that
it
makes
will be a good
that makes sense.
good position for him.
Yeah, and moving on, it was a triangle this preseason, right? Real Madrid played Barcelona, they lost with them, and came back to Chelsea, and they beat us again. It was in terms of Chelsea. I would like to, out there, Chelsea fans, I would like to put a few, analysis on that. I mean, we were really on, the playmaking part sometimes, but sometimes we are really losing it when the Real Madrid team were pressing back really good, and then the defense was not really on point, and then they were getting losing their focus at the last moment when Enzo Maresca is trying to put that tactics in place where he wants his player to play all the way from back, and keeper and then the center backs, they are not having good chemistry to hold the press from the opposition side. So it was a really bad moment at first 10 minutes, but then after that, I think after that 30 minutes or 20 minutes mark, we played really good, and we see that what he's trying to do. But still, there are a lot of things to improve. The Chelsea side, Real Madrid, they were really good. I think the first half they were really with, and that pass from Vinicius Junior. Oh my God, that was, that was
Right. I think adding more to that, right? I think
Mhm.
starting lineups from Carlo Ancelotti on that game was kind of what I was expecting to see. The trio, I know we didn't have Bellingham or Mbappe that game, but we had Rodrigo and we had Vini on the left, and I think Brahim was starting as a striker, more like a false nine position, right? So we had Luka Modric and all starting that game. I think we had the good attacking lineups and that
Yeah,
game.
it
So I
was
think
a nice.
that's where we got 2 goals in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was a really strong lineup, and then
Right.
I was thinking like this is really good for us to have to see how much strength we have in our team. And
Right.
one thing that was really bad was, even though Badias he could have done more in the end line, he did not do much. So it looks like there is some enthusiasm lacking in the backside of the defense. I think each of these players can do more. Nkunku, I would like to put that player. He has been really good. He can play from any positions,
I think
but
that game he played the whole 90 minutes, correct?
yeah, he played 90
Yeah.
minutes and he played really good. At the end,
Yeah,
he
I
was
saw
a
his
bit
game.
tired, but
Right.
he played really good. I mean, he was playing as a striker sometime and as a cam and dropping back as well to make the play, and he was doing all of those jobs pretty good. And I
Right.
think he's going to be in the plan for the coming season. So that's one of the points that I want to make. And let's move on to Manchester United. I would like to go. I think they have a preseason there. I'm not sure who were they playing. Was it?
Yeah, so what's interesting is like we played against three teams. We lost against two teams and we won against two teams. So that's why it's because we lost against Arsenal in the game and we won against Arsenal in the penalties after the game. That's what happens in
Oh,
the
okay.
that's what happens in the friendly there. Yeah, so we lost against Arsenal. I will go there. We lost 2-1 against Arsenal. We won 3-2 against Betis, and then unfortunately lost 3-0 against Liverpool. So when there are like big tournaments in summer, either Euro Cup, Copa, or World Cup, like the players need to get rest, right? And that's the reason a lot of our key players like Lisandro Martinez, Bruno, Meno, Garnacho, the big part of our playing 11 was not present. That's the reason I didn't want to was the game because we didn't have we didn't have our best players here in the United States. Still, a lot of key points that we can take from the friend is always because the manager will always try to implement the playing style in these friendlies. I was amazed by the youngster Harry Mass since we have Luke's gets out because of lots of injuries. We're looking for the left back now. Like Harry Mass, he's fantastic. I mean, uh, so he can dribble from that left back all the way to the left wing. So he's brave, and when he gets to play with Lisandro Martinez, I believe like he will get more freedom, and he will be the one to look after this season. And again, the most important player I would say is Ahmad. I'm so excited that he got more playing time in the friendlies. I expect the same during the games early in the season. It depends on the performance for the later games, but I expect Ten Hag to start Ahmad on the right wing. Hopefully, he will solve the position that we've been struggling to deal with for the last many years, I will say. Yeah, that's about it in our
Yeah,
preseason games.
yeah, and looks like Manchester United, they have been cramped up with lots of injury, and I think it's because of lots of games as well, right? There has been lots of games. Player did not get enough chance to rest. If you look at the American football, they let their players rest a lot, but Premier League, UEFA, all Europe, it's really tough, and their qualification goes on where they have to play a Champions League qualification game and whatnot, right? That's a lot for a
Mhm.
club to maintain, and I think that's also one reason why all of these big teams are having big squad nowadays to make sure cover for all those injuries. And moving on to transfers, talking about the squad, right? I think the big ones were coming in the news. I will start with Barcelona. They were able to secure Danny Olmo. Kavindra, what do you have to say?
Yes, happy with Danny Olmo's signing. Definitely, we needed the attacking midfielder in our team, and he's a good replacement for that. Initially, if we want to talk about the Nico, he would be the good option for the future. But looking at the present condition of Barcelona with the financial issues and all, I think signing Danny Olmo is a really good option. He has been in a pretty good form in Euro as well, and we saw the chemistry between Yamal and Danny Olmo in the Spain squad as well. That will definitely bring us a lot of changes in the team, and hoping for the good season with Danny Olmo this season. It's a pretty good signing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he will add a lot to the team. I think he's also one of the versatile players out in the Spain squad. He did really good in Europe. And
Exactly.
moving on to Real Madrid, what's the situation before in Real?
Yeah, I think I shared this in the last hour of our discussions as well, where I think Carlo Ancelotti doesn't want to sign any new players or sell any new player. I mean, any players that we have in Madrid, right? So, I think that kind of makes sense looking at the current squad, and I think we are solid this season as well. And having Kylian Mbappe with us back, I think he started first training session with the team, and it's I think interesting for the team to see how they're gonna play, right? And we have Rodrigo Vini back with us, and again, Bellingham also joined with Enric, and I think those are the major things going on in Madrid. So I think going forward, Carlo needs to work on how. I mean, I'm pretty sure he already has the plan already set before the preseason was started. So I think he has those plans going on, and he might be thinking to see he wants to play the front three, including Bellingham, right? So that's kind of where I'm looking forward to look into. I think we're gonna see that in our first game against Atalanta, where we go for Supercopa, right? So there we'll see how Carlo, puts his tactics in place for that game. It's kind of one of the major games as well for the running for the final cup in Supercopa. So I think for the transfers, we don't have much going on, so we should be good on the transfers for this season. I think as a Real Madrid fan, as and a whole new squad. I mean, whole kind of I would say more of the same squad with Mbappe added. That's kind of more attacking options for us. It's kind of something that we are really looking forward to look into. Let's see how it turns around, and I think it's gonna be a whole great season for us again as a Real Madrid fan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whole world
yeah,
is
sure.
looking for Mbappe there.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, that's the
Yep.
major talking point for all of us now.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. And then, managing the whole Galacticos is really tough job. And then I think with the Ancelotti saying, "I don't want any more players in," right? That is a smart move, I think. Big managers with smart move, because it's really hard to manage Galacticos already, and you don't
Yeah,
want to add more trouble into your team. Big news and big impact, more expectation, and all of that. And I think that's really something that we need to shout out to Ancelotti.
right. If you go one decade back, right? If I talk about 2014 season where we had Di Maria, Cristiano Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema, and all those like favorites. Luka Modric were in good form. Toni Kroos was there, and I think that time also when we were playing the Champions League knockout games, and it was kind of hard to manage where we have Di Maria as an option, right? He can play back, both right wing, left wing. Give him a position, he can play anywhere. I think Kavi knows better than me, right? So,
Yes. Yes.
so I think he came through that and he got us the Champions League with the late winner from Sergio Ramos. But still, going to the final and winning against that tough defensive team like Atletico Madrid was something Carlo cracked it down. So we as a Real Madrid fans and as a Madridistas, right, we have a good trust on him. I think he can manage this team just like he did back then. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, we're really eager to see it.
Yep, yep. And talking about some of the interesting transfer this week, I would say Alvarez from City is going to Atletico Madrid for
Yes.
75 million pound. That's a big move. I think that's one of the biggest sales for City so far, right?
Right.
And then we have Conor Gallagher from Chelsea. He has signed a deal with Atletico Madrid again for 42 million pound again. He was offered 2 or 3 years of contract in Chelsea, but he was not happy with it because all the new players coming in, they were getting 6 years, 7 years of contract, and he thought that it's not fair for him, and that he wanted longer contract. And Atletico Madrid was willing to give at least 5, 6 years contract. So he signed there, and I think looking at the Atletico Madrid side, they are stacking up as well. So
Right.
Barcelona and Real Madrid, they need to be, careful there as well because they are also good, team. And then when Simeone gets good players, he can use them.
Right. Yeah. That's what he does. Always giving hard time for us.
Right. And then so those were two of the big signings, and then we got one more player from Atletico Madrid on a this was a separate transfer, not included with Conor Gallagher and anything. His name is Samu Omorodian for £35 million. I don't know why they were buying him. I don't know. We don't need any new striker. We already have two, and there's already Osimi and talks going on along with Lukaku deal. But Chelsea just wanna buy players all the time. I don't know what's going on. It's really frustrating. We already have 41 or 42 player squad, and we need to manage that already. And on top of that, we're adding. I don't know. I don't understand at all. I don't know how Enzo Maresca is going to. We'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be a frustrating season for us Chelsea fan. Get um talking about Manchester United. Any new news? Any what about Jadon Sancho? Will he be?
Yeah, Jadon Sancho will stay. That they set up the standard. He and Ten Hag and the board has set up a standard, and that everybody will follow that. So he's staying with us, and the most interesting part is that there are rumors that Jadon Sancho will start as a striker against City in the Community Shield and earlier games in the season because Hojlund is injured. Yeah, so more transfers. We haven't signed any other players after Lenny or and Zirkzee. So we're looking for the defensive mid and the fullback. But since we have to be within the financial fair play, a couple of players has to leave. Like one Bissaka has to leave so that we could sign another player. And the same thing, Scott McTominay has to leave so that we could sign one defensive midfielder. And one sad part is we've been looking for Zubimendi. And there's rumors, but now like he's close to Liverpool. Could have gone to any other club but Liverpool. But yeah. So we are looking for two players on the two specific position, center midfielder and then the right fullback. But for that to happen, we've been in talk with for Delete and uh, Mazraoui. Personal terms agreed. We will be able to match the asking price. There has to be the players that needs to go out so that they will be the we will be within the financial fair play. That's what is stopping us from signing Delete and Mazraoui. And one more thing, I saw the rumors around the internet that Chelsea were looking to sign the eighth goalkeeper.
They
Is
were.
that true? Yeah, one more. So I'd like to add for what Biful said, like Carlo Ancelotti, I mean, he's been managing the Galacticos from back in the days in AC Milan. Like there was one something from the dressing room that I saw it in the internet that Ancelotti was telling their players in the dressing room Ronaldinho will take the free kick on the right, Kaka will take on the left, Pirlo from behind, from the back, and then Cedar said, "Coach, what I'm gonna take?" So they were that. So if you ask me which coach you will choose to manage the Galacticos, then that's the only option for me is Carlo Ancelotti.
Right.
Yep, yep, yep. And we have already seen how he can manage those, right? Let's move on to Super Cup now. So Super Cup is also we have Real Madrid and Atlanta playing the Super Cup. Bipul, anything?
Yeah. So we have our players back with us. Willingham joined us today. I mean, they had a good training season today as well, right? So Mbappe is there. He joined us, and Suma, Kamavinga, they're all back with us, and also the Uruguayan giant Fede Valverde. He's back with us. So we have all the squad with us right now. So they started the training, and the game is a week from now. I think 14th of August with the Atlanta side. So I think they won. They had a good season as well. They won against Bayer Leverkusen, the undefeated team for the entire
Right.
season, and the game they lost against was Atalanta, right? So I think they have a good lineups and good and playmakers also, and I think we look strong still, but it's a game they're fighting for a cup, and it's like a final
Yeah.
game, right? Just one game, do or die. So I think you never know. And for a team like Atalanta, where they look like underdogs against Real Madrid, but we have a good side. We have Mbappe with us. I'm pretty sure he's gonna start. He already is with the team, and he's doing multiple training sessions, and he looks good. And I think the only thing that scares me is we need to be more careful on the center backs, where either Militao and Rudiger needs to build that chemistry where they had before. I think that's something I'm missing. So hopefully Carlo will make sure that it will be resolved. Uh, in the front, you already know. I think going with the lineups,
Yeah.
Vinicius,
Yep.
Mbappe, Rodrigo, they will be there, and I'm expecting 4-3-3 with a camp as Bellingham and two center defense. I mean, two center mids. Uh, with Valverde and Sumani. Sumani can go from center mid to CDM, right? So he can play that position. And fullbacks as Mendy and Carval, and center backs as Eder Militao and Rudiger. And of course, the goalkeeper Courtois will be there for us.
Yep, yep, yeah. And then I think that will be the game where Real Madrid fan will be able to see Mbappe in action. I think, hopefully, right? Um,
We are
Right.
all excited to see
yeah,
Mbappe take it
Exactly.
be on
I,
the
I,
pitch.
yeah,
I want to see his debut game with a debut winning goal. So hopefully he'll make it.
yeah, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
hopefully we'll be able to see the good game. I'm expecting too much, and I'm so excited. Never excited to watch the Real Madrid game ever before, but now I'm so excited that
Yeah,
Mbappe is starting
Uh,
there.
yep. It'll be fun. I mean, it'll
Right.
be a
Yeah,
big
this
talk, big talk of the week. If
yeah, the reason I'm excited is because not only the best two players, best two with the best potential as well. Like there is no like in for them. Like these are the two that can create their own path. Like oh, how amazing they are, their speed, their skills, their ability to score the goals now, the way the Vini has improved himself to be able to become a good scorer in the couple of past seasons. So that's the reason I'm excited how these two will fit in the same team and lead the same team.
yep,
So looking forward to it.
that'll be a big thing. How they will keep their ego aside and help each other.
Right. I'm pretty sure Carlo is there to manage that.
Yep, yep. All right, I think we have covered most of the stuff. If you like our content, if you have any feedback, let us know. Please like and subscribe us. We are on Spotify as well. If you want to listen to us while driving to your work or in your extra time, make sure you subscribe us or follow us in Spotify as well. We are in TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube as well. So make sure share our content if you like it. And we'll be coming up with some more talks next week. And for until then, ciao, bye bye. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Sure.
thank you.